Hey everybody, welcome back. Chris McCormick, Vice President of Tour and Education, here with Blake Smith, our lead master fitter in our Scottsdale HQ studio. Today we're going to have an opportunity to take a look at a new offering from PING. So this is the G430 MAX 10K. So really cool story here. Essentially what we're focusing on is everything achievable for more ball speed, more forgiveness. So Blake, give us a rundown. What kind of new tech are we looking at in this new G430 product?
Yeah, so just like pretty much everything PING does, it's going to be very forgiving. PING says that this is their most forgiving driver to date. So for a company that makes the most forgiving golf clubs on the planet, as far as what I see, this might be the most forgiving driver ever made. They've done some interesting things here. They brought in the Carbonfly Wrap right on the top of that golf club. So that was only available on the LST. They put it into this one. This driver sits at the bottom of the line as far as the forgiveness goes. Bottom doesn't mean it's bad, but it just means it's the most forgiving. They have one weight port, so that weight port's not adjustable like the other models in this line. They just want that weight to be deep and back. So when you take that weight and you pull it way away from the face and you put it really, really low, you hit high, low spin bombs. And I think that's what we're gonna get out of this thing.
And just looking at it before we get it into the bay, the size of the head front to back, the footprint on this thing is big.
Yes.
So still a 460cc chassis, but this guy looks like it just dwarfs everything else in the 430 line. Yeah. So I'm excited to get it in the bay, see what it does. I know they had talked about acoustics and this guy being physically louder than any of the other 430 products. So I'd say with that, let's jump in here and see what it does.
Let's give it a whirl.
All right, Blake, so G430 MAX 10K, so most forgiving driver from PING to date. Let's see what you can do with this guy.
When I first look at this thing, it's definitely big, but the Carbonfly Wrap, it's an interesting thing. So there's some optics in here that make it not look quite as big. So they draw that weight back. The design is very triangular, but they have these little pinstripes on here that change that a little bit. So they're getting really good at that kind of thing, hiding how big it is. I mean, it's the most, the biggest it can be USGA allowable from heel to toe and front to back.
Sure.
So it can only be so big under the 460cc, and this is as big as it can get. But it doesn't look like a brick on a stick or anything like that. It looks pretty good. Let's give her a whirl. All right, forgiveness. Let's see how it is. That was low on the heel. It's usually a bad spot to hit it. That's pretty good.
So still in play, even on that miss.
Yeah, that got out there. That was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, low on the heel, I mean, the engineers know that people miss it in that area, so low on the heel, high on the toe.
Yeah, that low heel shot, we usually expect a little more gear effect. That pretty much held the line from where you started it, so that's nice to see.
That was a little bit more towards the center. A little bit of a fade. Pretty good, get there. All right, sneaking up on it. See if I can roll one out. Now, this is a little bit more loft than I normally play, so it's gonna spin a little bit more.
Sure.
I'm pretty level when I come through, so.
PING has even said, with how deep the head is here, there could potentially be an opportunity for the player to play a degree or more less than what they are used to playing.
Yes.
So there's an opportunity, in addition to the thinner face, also dropping down a little bit of static loft to see potentially a little more ball speed.
Yep.
Now, at the time of the test, we have a 10.5 head to test, and you would probably be more of an 8-degree guy in this particular head. So spin a little higher than we would anticipate or like to see for you, but at least gives us an opportunity to test the stability, which is really what the story's all about.
Yeah, I mean, PING's all about the stability. Whenever I see a driver like this with the CG pulled way back, I'm like, okay, well, that's gonna be like maybe a 7-degree driver. But, you know, if you can retain ball speed, but keep forgiveness, I mean, that's worth its weight in gold. That was more in the center.
That was good ball flight there.
Yeah, so there's the high, nasty bomb. There you go. Just pull a little bit.
Just pull a little bit, fair. I mean, with my ability level, I'd be pretty happy with that.
It definitely wants to turn over. So I feel a little bit of draw bias to this. Look at my
Okay.
start line. It's not a bad thing for a fader. That's high. That's definitely high. So yeah, you can go down in loft for sure. Get the green. There we go. I'm putting. There it is.
So let's get a couple more just for a good sample, and I'm going to poke the bear a little bit. So Blake, a lot of people have made comments about just your overall size and speed not being very comparable to the average golfer. So with that, I want to say, if the back's feeling up to it, let's turn it up a little bit.
You want to see full send?
I would like to see full send with one of the most forgiving products that Ping has ever made.
All right, here we go.
That hurts my back looking at it.
Didn't square the face, but that was faster. Gained 2 miles an hour. It just goes so high, right? So for me to get a lot out of this, when I go full send, it's gonna have to come down and loft. Now, if I catch one in the middle, that's gonna be a different story. That was a little toad. See if I can draw one. All right, that's roasted.
Say the acoustics just sound like you are bombing that golf ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, on a game improvement driver, 169 ball speed, I got 286 carry, and I feel like I can just swing as hard as I want to swing, and it's going to go pretty straight.
That's never a bad feeling to have when you can step up on the tee and go autopilot, high and straight,
Yeah.
full send as you call it, and know that it's going to stay in play more often than not.
Yeah, just smash one. It's not gonna go in somebody's pool. I mean, I'm swinging 118 miles an hour right now.
With 2 degrees higher static loft than you would normally play.
Yep. 170 ball speed,
There you go.
pretty solid.
170 ball speed with an apex height of 123 feet in the air.
Yeah,
All right, I'd say that gives us a pretty good sample to take a look at.
yeah.
So let's pull up the data and take a look here.
All right.
Looking at, again, a driver that's a little higher loft than what you would typically play, so launch and spin more so than what we would ideally like to see in a fitting environment. Kind of walk us through here. What did you see? What did you notice testing new 10K product?
So the ball speed, when I look at ball speed, 167, I mean, that's right in the area of tour average.
Okay.
That's not my average, but I also use a lot less loft. I also use a driver with the CG pushed forward. This is not designed for ball speed. So I have to tell people that when I'm fitting them. I'm not necessarily looking for max ball speed, I'm looking for max forgiveness across the face. So face mapping, when I start to really look at that, I'm like, okay, well, ball speed retention, that's the kind of thing I'm gonna look at, that kind of stuff. Now, launch angle 11.7, that's actually not so bad, but I was hitting it low on the face. So I think what I was doing, I was trying to hit it high. I think I was probably trying to do that. I was trying to hit up on it, take the spin off, and got a little bit low on the face, so my face mapping was a little bit low. Yeah, just in that slide, you can definitely see it. Clip head speed was a little bit low. This is a little bit heavier driver than I play. That weight pulled back, it's a very heavy weight, so that increases the MOI, which is a good thing. Efficiency was pretty good. We look to be right in the area of 145 to 148 on the smash factor of the efficiency. This is right in there, especially where I was hitting it. That's really good for where I was hitting it. Dynamic loft is in a good area. But you know, overall, as far as hitting a game improvement driver and carrying it 280 yards over and over and over again, feeling like I can swing out of my shoes, that's good. You get the right combination on this. This might be a weapon for somebody. This is definitely doing what they're saying that it should be doing.
Yeah, a game improvement driver that consistently preserves ball speed, regardless of where you hit it on the face, and has a little bit of a draw bias. I'd say home run for the player that needs that help.
Yep, absolutely. Fits really well on the line.
If you like the content you saw here, make sure to check out our deep dive video that we actually had an opportunity to shoot at Ping headquarters, where we take a deep dive behind what's really under the hood here and looking at how this product came to be and essentially all of the R&D work that went into coming up with Ping's most forgiving and playable driver to date. So with that, that'll do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you'd like more information, feel free to come book your fitting with us here at TrueSpec. And as always, like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.